Reviews.
Perfect. Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Rosten's Reviews. I am your favorite social studies teacher from Cluster 6-1 at BMS, Mr. Rosten, and it is a pleasure to be back with you here on Rosten's Reviews. So, there's a lot that's happened since the past Rosten's Reviews. Unfortunately, we've taken a couple weeks off. I had some personal stuff come up that had to be taken care of. So as you all know, I have a large family with multiple children in it. And so unfortunately, some of their needs had to be taken care of. So they were taken care of. Everyone's happy and healthy. And we are back and ready and raring to go. So right before we came back, we were getting ready to enter the hybrid model. And now we are here. There are students in the building. Not right now, though. You guys were here, and then you grabbed your lunch and went home, which is still awesome because I missed you guys. I'll be honest. I missed having students in my room. It was weird being here alone in my room by myself with no other human beings teaching you via the internet. But now there are other human beings here with me while I teach, which is awesome. So to those of you who decided to come back into the hybrid model, welcome back. We're very excited to have you here. For those of you who are on DL, we respect it, we understand it, and we know that eventually you will be back, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Terminator. I'll be back. That was a terrible impersonation, Mr. Rosten. So bad. Just making sure the mic's working. Okay. So, nothing much going on in the chat there. I see one of my former students. What up? How you living? How's 7th grade? Or are you in 8th grade now? I don't even know what grade you're in. That's how old I feel. Anyway, so let's just sort of review the expectations of hybrid learning. So, when you come into the building, you are going to grab your breakfast. If you do, although none of my students in my class picked up breakfast this week, which is kind of weird. But hey, whatever. All right? So you're supposed to grab your breakfast. You come directly to my room. You put your stuff down on your desk, which has your name on it, which is awesome. I put a nice little sticky note with your name on it. Not a sticky note, but like a hi, my name is note, sticky thing. And we put it on your desk. You put your stuff down. You go grab yourself a little bit of hand sani on the hand sani station. Keep clean. And in case y'all want to know, if you want to tell mom and dad, you go to the dollar store, you get yourself some Suave hand sani for $1. Okay? Go get it. Dollar store. The one in Danbury near Aldi's. Get it. Grab yourself some hand sani. Get it all over those nice hands of yours. Go ahead and put your desk shield up, because we got desk shields for all of you that are in the building right now. Put your desk shield up. Eat your breakfast. Once you've eaten your breakfast, you get yourself ready to go for the day. Okay? All right. So, once you are ready to go for the day, that means you have a fully charged Chromebook. That means you have it opened and it is connected to the internet, and you are opening up Google Classroom and getting to the class you need to be in. Right? Right. Also, if you have headphones, you should take them out at this point and get them ready to listen, okay, to your teacher. And then last but not least, you're just going to go to class like you normally do. Do your thing, pretend like I'm not here teaching or, because you might not have me, and that's okay. Big shouts to Blue Cohort, who had to deal with me being loud. I'm still working on it. I'm working on the level of the voice. My teacher voice just doesn't go away. It's like constant. But that's my problem, not yours. All right, so you do your work. You're good to go. You go to your classes. You go to special. You come back from special. You use the hand sanitizer again. And then we get ready for dismissal, and bing, bang, boom, Bob's my uncle. All right? So those are the expectations. So let's jump into our actual what we did in social studies this week. All right. Can y'all see me? I don't know if y'all can see me. Hold on. Where did my picture go? Uh-oh. This isn't good. This is not good at all. I'm missing. Make that a little bit smaller. Fix that. There we go. That'll work. But where is it? I should be able to see me, and I don't see me. That's not good. Okay. Well, you can't see me, and for that, I apologize. So, here is what we did in social studies this week. We started on week 19 with our Egypt background essay. First, we reviewed how to do the 6 points of annotation. So remember, we didn't do all 6 points. We only did 4 of them. So what we did this week was in red, we highlighted the words that we know, our key vocabulary words. Then we highlighted the words we didn't know in green, and we used the good old dictionary to look up those definitions to know what we were talking about. For all those claims and topic sentences, we highlighted in blue, and then for any important information, we highlighted in orange, just like normal. So, you read this Egypt background essay. It talked about a few different things. It talked about a little bit of the history. It talked about building of the Great Pyramids, and it talked about the Great Sphinx, just to give you guys an idea of what life was like in ancient Egypt. All right, now here is a picture example of what your annotation should look like. This is a perfect example. Do you know why? Because I made it, the teacher. So it is your teacher example that I gave you in case you did not finish it after or during our class time. So you have your topic sentences in blue. The red shows the words that we know. Green is the words we don't know. And anything in orange is your important information. So parents, if you're watching this with your students, this is what your students' work should look like. Nice and colorful. And it has purpose and meaning. Okay? All right, so that was the first thing we did. We then followed up that background essay with some vocabulary. Now, we decided to do vocabulary just slightly different this time. All right? I know I'm smart. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. So, for vocabulary, if it would ever load, because the internet is just so great here at school, we did a couple of different activities. Man, this is slow. Woo. Let me check the internet. No, I can't check the internet. We're good. It says we're good. All right. So, first thing we did, come on, was we tried to figure out what the words mean using our context clues. So we did things like, so we noticed that the words were underlined. Those are our vocabulary words, right? And then we made sure that we tried to figure out what they looked like, what they meant, using our context clues. Next, what we did is we had definitions here, and we had pictures, and you had to put them into the correct space on this next slide. All right? So here we said the ancient ruler of ancient Egypt. We have, that's the Pharaoh, and then we know that the Pharaoh, and there is a picture of the Pharaoh. Then you did a cool activity where you did a word unscramble the Egyptian words. And last but not least, you completed a word search for a bunch of different words. All right? Awesome stuff for Egypt vocabulary. Then we rolled into the next week and people started coming back into school. So unfortunately for Red class, you had some asynchronous work. You didn't get to see my smiling face, but that's okay. You still got your work done. So here is what we did for this week. So we started with the social classes of ancient Egypt. So what is the social class? The social class is how a civilization ranks their people. Okay? So that could be based on a lot of different factors. Some civilizations based it on the person's job. Other civilizations base it on wealth. And still other civilizations base it on a numerous amount of things. Okay? Do we learn how to read hieroglyphs? No. No, we do not. No. Not enough time for that. So, the first thing we did is we learned about the social class, and we did that by reading this wonderful story called The Wedding Bracelet by Sandra Julian Barker. Okay? So we broke down the story for you over 3 slides. You read about the fictional pharaoh Tranaka. You learned about his servant Azra, and you kind of learned about the different social classes in ancient Egypt. And what you did while you read, ladies and gentlemen, was you filled out this evidence from text form, and you made some inferences to try to figure out who went where. All right? Then, once we did that, we went over the actual social class pyramid. So, let's review with you again the social class pyramid of ancient Egypt. Of course, we know on top we have the pharaoh, followed by the vizier. Next, we have the priests, followed by noblemen. Then we have our scribes, our artisans, and lastly, but not least, we have our servants. And then some of us talked about how underneath the servants are the peasants and the farmers. And we talked about how it's kind of weird how the people who are making all the food are so low on the social pyramid. But unfortunately, that's the way they did it. So that was the social class pyramid. Then yesterday and today in class, you started learning about ancient Egypt religion. So what you got to do was you learned about the different gods and goddesses of ancient Egypt. So the first activity we did together was our Do Now, and you tried to figure out what these hieroglyphs meant. We gave you a link to a website, and it helped you kind of decipher it, and we found that the first 2 was Donovan and Rosten, and then unfortunately we made a boo-boo and we didn't put Mrs. Classy in. That's our bad. Okay? Mrs. Classy, don't take offense. That is just our bad. All right? Next, you did your own name in hieroglyphics, and you put it in this slide right here. Then you watched this very funny, cringy video on ancient Egyptian gods, which is excellent, by the way. That was an excellent find, Mrs. Classy and Mrs. Donovan. I literally laughed the entire time. Then you you had to learn about the different gods and goddesses. So on slides 15 and 16, we gave you a graphic organizer with different pictures. You matched up the pictures on the website to the pictures in the graphic organizer, and you named the I'm sorry, somebody keeps walking by my door. I apologize. You named the god, you gave a physical description of them, and you gave what they were responsible for. So my personal favorite is Bess. His physical description is he's small, human-like, and ugly, which I just find humorous to no end that they legitimately call him ugly. It makes me laugh literally all the time. I literally laughed 5 times a day. Not 5 times, but 3 times on Monday or Thursday, and 2 times today doing it, saying that he was small, human-like, and ugly. And you filled that out. If you didn't finish it in class, it is due for homework, so that is due on Monday for red, orange, and yellow, Tuesday for green and blue class, and then last but not least today and yesterday for our exit ticket, you created your own Egyptian god. You gave a physical description, and then you wrote down his responsibilities. So for me, I created the god known as Babe Mays Hayes. His physical description, he was tall like a giant, tall like a giant. I forgot what the other part was. Devilishly handsome. And we're going to go with smart. And his responsibilities were, as soon as I fix this, devilishly, his responsibilities were to protect the soldiers of Egypt. All right, so you created that, and I am very excited to see what you guys came up with on Monday and Tuesday. All right, so that is what we did in social studies this week. Okay, and I'm back. Yes, I am back. It's good to be back. I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. All right, friends, so it is good to see you. It was excellent to have you back in the building. We did miss you terribly. Remember, what you need to bring to school every day for now till the foreseeable future. 1, a charged Chromebook. 2, your charger for said Chromebook. 3, hand sani. 4, extra masks. 5, your backpack and a bottle of water. So that's 5 and 6. And then, one more. Just in case we lose internet access, you need to have a silent reading book, okay? Or Sudoku book, or a crossword puzzle book, or something. Because if the internet goes out, it goes out, friends. No cap, as the kids say. I don't even know what that means. But no cap. All right? So, before I let you go, I do want to get a little sentimental for a moment. So I had a visit today from a world language teacher who I won't call out right now on Rosten Reviews. But she's super nice. You might see her walking around with a DHS mask that's orange and blue because she wants to represent, orange cohort and blue cohort. Big shouts to you. And she came to me today and she said, "Hey, Mr. Rosten, I got to tell you something." And I said, "Oh, okay, what's up?" And she said, "I spoke to a few kids today and they told me that they didn't like social studies until they had you as their social studies teacher." And I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Who?" She goes, "Oh, I don't really remember, but I spoke to a 6th grader today, and I spoke to a 7th and 8th grader yesterday, and they all said the same thing, that they did not like social studies until they had you." And let me just tell you guys how much that means to me. I try to make social studies and school as fun and exciting as possible. I know that some of the things we do in social studies sometimes are not fun and exciting, like writing peel paragraphs or annotating. I get it, I know, but I try to make it as exciting and fun as possible. And it really makes me feel good when you tell other teachers how much fun and how engaged and how excited you are to come to social studies. It makes me feel really good, and I just wanted to say thank you for those compliments. It really does mean the world to me. So thank you very much for your kind words, whoever you are out there. You guys are the best. You're the reason why I come in every day. Besides, having to pay for my house for my wife and my children. But you're the reason I show up every day. I bring it 110%. I try to have a good time. I try to make it fun and interesting. And I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for those really kind words. All right? Enough being sappy, Mr. Rosten. That's unlike you. I know. I'm sorry. All right, friends. So, that's it for this week in Rosten's Reviews. Next week, we're going big fly. It's mummy season, baby. M-U-M-M-Y, mummy season. We're going to make mummies in class. It's going to be awesome sauce. Sorry, that's Mrs. Rosten. All right, friends. I hope you have a great weekend. Go home, recharge the batteries, get yourself some rest and relaxation. Come back on Monday because Rosten is bringing the heat on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. In social studies. Be kind to one another. Peace be with you and with you. Rosten out.